Alright, so I want to show you, this is an artificial swarm on the 1st of May. No, today is the 15th. On the 1st of May, this was a two-story, two deeps, and there were multiple capped cells. The only reason the queen hadn't left is because the weather was so bad. So there were many capped queen cells, but the queen was still in there. I did an artificial swarm. I put the queen in one frame of brood, and I made sure there was no cells on it, and the rest was 7 foundation frames. Okay, so the entrance was that side. I left the entrance there so all the field bees flew back to the main colony. I put this double screen board above it with the entrance facing this way, the opposite way, and all the frames of brood. So anyway, I put all the frames of brood up top, and I notched 2 frames, came back, I harvested a virgin queen last night as she was hatching. I culled the rest of the cells, so right now this colony over here has all the nurse bees and 2 cells from which they can choose a queen. This colony has the original queen. I put 1 feeder in there, so we're 8 frames total. 1 frame of brood with the queen on it, and 7 foundation frames, okay? This was 2 weeks ago. I just want to show you what they can do in that amount of time. So here's the outside frame. The frame is about 3/4 drawn, has honey and pollen in it right now. This is the second frame in, and this one has, look at that, brood all the way. There's a pollen ring all the way around it, and you could see fresh larvae. It's all basically wet brood. See that? And that's on that side. The other side of that frame, same thing. Wet brood, and then there's honey at the top. Check that out. So I don't see the queen in there on that frame. That's the second frame out. The 2 frames from the middle. Now remember, this was just 2 weeks ago that I did this swarm. Look at this. Beautiful. This was an undrawn frame. It's capped, freshly capped, and you could see they were drawing it out from the middle. And as they were drawing it out, looks like there might have been a queen cell in here, or they might have tried to do some sort of a queen cell. There's actually an egg in that cell, so they may be trying to supersede that queen, which is not uncommon after a swarm. So here's the next frame over, and I'm kind of peeking for the queen. I don't remember if she's marked or not, but look at that, two frames of brood. I mean, really nice frames of brood. The honey flow is like seriously on right now. Besides a few bees coming at my face, they're actually really calm. So now this was the original frame that the queen was on with the brood. And I don't know if that's a swarm cell at the bottom or what. I hope not. Shouldn't be. But that's a frame of cat brood. Nice frame of cat brood. I need to check and see. That almost looks like a swarm cell. I'm hoping it's not. I don't want to have to deal with that. I got this little one trying to eat the honey off my hands. I don't see the queen down here, but that definitely does look like a swarm cell right there. See that? So it might have been a cell that we missed. I'm actually going to cut that cell off. Well, first thing I'm going to do is make sure I find the queen. I'm going to try to cut that cell off and put that into one of our cell builders. Or not cell builders, but one of our mating nukes. So anyway, another nice frame. So I might have missed that cell when I put the bees back in here. It's very possible I missed it, even though I did intentionally attempt to call any cells. Ow, sucker got me. Alright, I decided to glove up because they're getting antsy on me here. And I couldn't get that stinger out, it's still in there. Alright, so anyway. So this is the 5th frame across. Look at that frame. I mean, seriously. Is that a frame? This is just after a swarm. This is an artificial swarm. Look at that. Look at that frame of brood. Is that gorgeous or what, man? Seriously. I mean, that's just a fantastic frame of brood. Here is the 6th frame. And this is covered with eggs all the way across. You want to look in there closely, you can see eggs all the way across. Our queen is laying an egg right now up here. There she is. You know, she's not a very big queen, but man, she is killing it right now. There aren't too many frames that she's missed here, you know. So, all right. So that is the 6th frame.
And she's not tagged, right?
She looks like she was marked, and the markings are partially removed.
Okay.
So here's the 7th frame. This one is partially drawn out. You can tell they're working on it. And there's honey in it. So that's the 7th frame of 8. So now we're going to go check the next frame, which is the Okay, so they've started to draw the wax. You can see the wax being drawn. You can see that this is the last frame. So
Very impressive.
2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. So the artificial swarming works. In fact, some of the colonies that haven't swarmed are kind of honey bound right now. But they've been putting their energy into building the comb, which to me is pretty fantastic. just something about the energy that goes into a swarm. All right, now I want to get this queen cell. Anyway, I just wanted to show you guys that. I'm going to go ahead and try to remove this queen cell now and check the rest of this frame for queen cells. So, with that being said, if I left that cell right now, there's a chance that they'll swarm again. So I want to make sure I get that cell out of there, even if I destroy it. But I'm going to try to keep it, put it into a little mating nuke. All right, so anyway, thank you for watching. Take care.